Alrighty, so I gotta get this out my brain before I forget, and I'm gonna catch a lot of hell for this. So I fuck. I finally got to watch the episode of Kanye talking to Alex Jones and what he said about Hitler, and I realized what he's doing. Okay, he is saying he loves pretty much everybody because God requires him to love everybody. Like Brandon Tatum said, you're supposed to even love your enemies. Okay, but that's not all he's doing. He's also on the side of the devil and is very vengeful because these higher up Jewish people, and I don't give a fuck, y'all can do whatever you want to me. I ain't a nobody, so I don't care. But there are Jewish people that happen to run a lot of shit. Okay, that's a fact. I mean, they got some money. Not, it's of course not all Jewish people, but people are only listening to half of what he's saying. They're not really listening to what he's doing. They're not listening to the tone of which he's saying this shit. So listen to his tone. Listen to how he says he loves Hitler. Okay, he says it. He's saying it in a way he's trying to get at the people that fucked him. Okay, he wants to piss them off. Okay, because he wanted to say something and they didn't like it and they wanted to pull his shit. So when they did that, he's all about vengeful. He's in vengeful mode, I think. That's my opinion. When he was like, "How you like that?" When he's out in the hallway listening. Anyways, I think that's what he's getting at. Like he's trying to probably find his way to make sure he gets into heaven because he did a lot of sinful stuff when he was younger. So he's probably freaked out, thinking he's going to be dying one day, and he wants to make sure he has a spot in heaven. So he has to learn to change his heart. Okay. So he's learning to accept and love thy enemy, as the Bible says. Try to get his heart and soul in the right place. I see where he's coming with that. Okay. At the same time, he's right in some aspects. Okay. He says you can't talk about factual things about somebody who did bad things to a group of people who happens to own his contract. That's what he's getting at. So now he's on a vengeful path. Okay, and all these stupid motherfuckers that want to sit there and say he's anti-Semitic, anti-black, whatever. No, the dude's been black his whole fucking life. He's never gonna stop acting black. He still dresses black. He's gonna talk that way forever. He don't hate black people. He's trying to get you guys to realize that sitting there hating white people because they're white is just as bad as hating black people because they're black. Okay, he's trying to get you guys to open your fucking eyes and realize, hey, what we're doing is what we've been bitching about them doing to us. Okay, you can't fix the world by doing an eye for an eye. Okay, you fix the world by learning to forgive and to forget to a certain extent. You don't want to like erase it from history, but at the same time, kind of put it on like forget. Kind of forget like drop it. Stop bringing it up. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what what was his name? Morgan Freeman. So he had asked him, "How do you stop racism?" And he said, "You stop bringing it up." And I think that's kind of what Kanye is getting to. He don't articulate it because he's just trying to piss people off and draw attention because he knows that crazy shit draws attention. But he doesn't realize that there's too many ignorant motherfuckers out there to understand, listen, and figure out how his tone is, his body language. You don't have to see his face in an interview to realize how he's feeling. Okay, think that's what's truly going on. Like Brandon Tatum said, he's trying to get right with the Lord, trying to get his soul right, you know. So he has to learn to accept everybody for everything. What's done is done. It's time to move on, let it go, and try to live as a group of people where we can get along. I mean, that's honestly the biggest reason why we don't fight our own government and tell them enough is enough and to stop fucking us over, because we still bring up the past. Not Jewish or people are always going to bring up Nazis. Black people are always going to bring up slavery, which is funny because all races have been enslaved at one point or time. So it's kind of crazy how you guys are so ignorant. You just can't fathom this. And you guys want to call him racist and everything. Yeah, he's saying some crazy shit in a way that he probably shouldn't be saying. Granted, he's human. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. But if you try to just understand for a second and calm down and really listen to what he's saying. And I'm not a racist by no means. I don't like Hitler by no means. And I don't have my soul right with God enough to love even thy enemy. So Hitler can go and burn in hell far as I care. I'm happy with that. I'm good. You know, and maybe Kanye still feels that way too. You know, but I couldn't say I love Hitler as the way he did. But his soul's probably ready for heaven. Okay? He got motherfuckers threatening to kill him. He's got motherfuckers threatening to take all his money, threatening to take his entire livelihood away. If you guys were being attacked like that, wouldn't you do whatever you could to hurt them and attack them back and piss them off? You damn skippy, you would. And if you're not, you're a weak little simp. Sorry. If you're a female, you're just fucking pathetic. You should always fight for what you want. Fight for what you believe in. But he's fighting a battle he's not going to win. That's the biggest issue. Sorry. I'm trying to sit on my bed. He's not going to win this fight because he's saying the shit in a way that it's just going to piss everybody off. But everybody's too ignorant to really comprehend and try to read in between the lines. So, you know, more or less. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm stupid too. Maybe I'm crazy. But I kind of see where he's coming from. I'm not necessarily trying to stick up for him. But at the same time, I think everybody's ignorant in what they are saying about him. They're not sitting there and looking at it from his point of view. Now, I don't know the whole point of the whole Black Mass thing. That was a little weird. But maybe he's scared. Maybe he's shaking. Maybe you don't want them to see the fear in his face. But he has to do what he has to do to make a point. I mean, that's what I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Who really knows? Who really cares? Why does it matter whether he does or doesn't love Hitler? That's what I want to know. Is he going out hurting anybody or attacking anybody? I don't think so. Let him run his mouth. Let him say whatever he wants to say. Whatever. That's not like it fucking matters. Does it change your life any? Don't change mine. I'm still gonna be broke as fuck trying to make it as far as I can. Comment in the comments. Tell me what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? And then I've heard people call Nick Fuentes a racist piece of shit. Well, if you did your homework like I did, you would have saw that he did an interview with several black folks and another guy who's a mix of all kinds of different stuff. I'm not quite sure what. And they interviewed him. He didn't fucking think they were stupid or talk down to them in any form. And a lot of what he thinks is not incorrect. A lot of the stuff he thinks, I kind of think in some ways, fashion or forms. And trust me, I'm not racist by no means. I hang out with black people as much as I can. Most of my life I've done it.
have been my friends for almost ever, and they're quick to play the freaking victim. Sorry, it's just a fact. And then they're quick to also hit a lick. They'll rob you and freaking make you feel like you're the one that fucking stole from them somehow. And then when the freaking cop comes to arrest them, they're gonna call them racist because they're black. I've seen them do it. Trust me. Not all, but some. I don't really give a fuck. But you can't sit there and just keep doing this to each other. Can't get, oh, well, you're racist because you're white. Oh, you this because you're black. It doesn't really matter in the end. And then I see where he's talking about immigration. We really do need to pretty much put immigration to almost a dead halt. You can't let billions and millions and millions and millions of people a year into a motherfucking country, okay, and expect there to still be space for everybody, and jobs for everybody, and money for everybody, and houses for everybody. Honestly, seriously, how many people do you think we can hold each year? And this happens every single year, and it doesn't stop. Next thing you know, we're going to have 2 or 3 countries worth of people in one country size of land. What will that do to us? We will either have to push out the barrier of Mexico or Canada, which would cause a war, or we'd overcrowd ourselves and starve ourselves to death. I don't like that. So, and he's right. When you bring in a mass population of a singular culture, you ruin the culture of that other country. And you don't want to do that. There's a reason why our country is the greatest country. You know, we're not the world police. We're not the world, uh, you know, take. We're not saviors of this fucking world. We can't help everybody. Okay? There's only so many people we can fucking help each year based off of how many people we have in this country and based off of how much space we have. Okay? He said some stupid shit as jokes that he got busted up on that makes him look racist. But I don't think the guy is racist. I don't think he's a white supremacist. I think he's more of a realist and understands, like, I in a way believe that to a certain extent you should have some sort of, I'm trying to think of the right words to say it, because I don't have a problem with interracial relationships one bit. Don't have any issue with that whatsoever. I don't mind interraces mixing. But here's my thing. If you get it too much, you start having issues with each race, and this is something that each race should care about, okay? If you breed in the two breeds, pretty much, species, races, whatever you want to call it, they're going to breed themselves out. Okay, so one day there won't be no more white people and there won't be no more black people. Then they become like more like a white black kind of person or just this caramel kind of person. And then next thing you know, everybody's the exact same color. You don't have. Then once that happens, you start losing cultures and you start gaining just one main culture. And these cultures are important because they have a historic standpoint to it. I mean, cultures are very important to try to keep around. There's been lots of cultures that have been lost over thousands of years already. I mean, look at the Roman Empire. That's barely hanging on. All you got left is like Rome and part of Italy. Their culture has changed a lot too. The Spartans bred themselves out and killed themselves off. But and that was because they didn't branch out enough. So there is a such thing as not, you know, getting out there. too much, but I don't know. I do see his points to a certain extent. He's just been caught saying some stupid shit. And trust me, we all say stupid shit, so I'm not going to sit there and gig him on that. And I hear a lot of people say a lot of stupid shit about white folks that ain't even true, so everybody just gets their panties out of the wad, stop bitching and complaining and being like, oh, this is racist, oh, this is racist. Stop. Just stop it. Just drop it, leave it alone. Okay? This country is not as racist as you think. Kanye, I don't think is racist or anti-Semite. I just think he's stupid on talking. Kanye probably should get like an editor to help him speak to where he don't say things that make him look stupid. But I see where he's coming from. I think everybody's blowing everything out of proportion and trying to make it bigger than what it is. People don't know how to read in between the lines and try to understand people. But like I said, that's my opinion. If you guys think I'm wrong, tell me. If you guys think I'm right, tell me. Maybe I'm in there in between somewhere. I'm not no expert of no means for body language or anything like that. So my opinion probably don't mean worth squat. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he really is a racist and an anti-Semite. I don't know, fucking know. But I'm tired. I worked all night. I'm about to go to bed. We'll see how this goes, I guess. Everything just seems like it's getting worse. Anyways, good night, guys.